What up, people? It's your boy Chig from Gooner Eagle Eye, coming to you again with a brand new video. And we're back, baby. It's Arsenal are actually back. It is weird to think that I've missed doing this kind of preview analysis. I even have a bunch of subscribers that don't know how I do this stuff. But yes, we are back. This is the preview for the Man City versus Arsenal game. Welcome back, guys. Let's see how we go, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you guys, because whilst I'm excited now, in 24 hours' time, that excitement, excuse me, I've got like hiccups. That excitement could be a cold dose of reality. But we go into this game, we're Arsenal fans, we're used to this slog. And, you know, we've got a simple aim. I'm not even talking about fourth place, I'm not talking about top 5 places. We've got a simple aim. Win as many of these games as possible. It's as simple as that. Don't even put a final end target on it. You know, we're Arsenal. We should be looking to win even these games. I don't give a damn. I don't care. I don't care who they are. Let's just go out there swinging. Because here's the thing. Sometimes if you go in there against a boxer and you've got zero chance of he's the champion, he's well decorated, is the boxer that faces him supposed to lie down and roll over? No, go out there swinging. Especially because, let's face it, quite frankly, if we have any chance of beating Man City away, is in this game. They could be rusty, it could be slow. They've had 3 months off, which is longer than a normal off season. You know, as of don't get me wrong, but you know, at least they are also starting from zero. So they're not in full flow. In the colder light of day, their league is pretty much gone. Their chances of winning that league is pretty much gone. So if we have any small chance, small chance, don't get me wrong, people, I'm with you. It's a small chance of winning this league. Surely it is now. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to share my screen because you know how we do by now. I'm going to do my hopeful. When I say hopeful, I do mean it's my hopeful 1 to 11. So let me see if I can share this with you guys. Hopefully that works well. Can you guys see that? Might switch it to this actually. So let's view. All right. So this is the team that I would pick. I reiterate this because I don't want anyone thinking, oh, but is this the team that you think Arteta's actually going with? No. This is the team that I would pick to face Man City. Now, as always, I'm going to break down this team as much as possible and explain why I've made certain decisions in certain places. Now, in goal, I'm going to go with Bernd Leno. Now, you guys know, for me, I'm not as besotted with Bernd Leno as a lot of you guys have been. I think he's had a decent season. I'd be lying if I said otherwise. Hold on. But at the same time, for me, we don't have a keeper that really competes with him. I like Martinez in terms of his temperament, but actually in terms of his goalkeeping ability, I think Leno's better. It's as simple as that. So I think his temperament and his decision making is worse than Martinez, but other than that, his ability is just better. So you go with Leno as your number one. It'd be interesting to see, because obviously we play a lot of games over a short period of time. Will Arteta put Martinez in? You'd like to think from Martinez's point of view, he will really try and monitor how many games he plays over this little run. There's a lot of rumours at the moment that he may be looking to go back to Argentina to, quite frankly, go and find some first-team football. From a goalkeeper's perspective, he's 27 years old, so he's not even really entering his prime if you think about it from a goalkeeper's perspective. So understandably, he's going to want to be playing more football. So I think it'll be very interesting over the course of the next few weeks to see how much football Martinez ends up playing. But Leno in goal for me. On the right-hand side, I'm going to go with Hector Bellerin. Let me make it clear, I do not rate Hector Bellerin. And quite frankly, if I had any other choice in this position, because I assume Suarez is still injured, so he would not be starting for me. So please don't ever look at it and think, I thought Chig doesn't rate Hector Bellerin. I don't. But Hector Bellerin by default goes in because also the other thing I'm worried about is pace. And even though I think Hector's pace has gone down considerably, I think Suarez against a Sterling, you're asking for trouble. The other option would have been Ainsley Maitland-Niles, but you're going to see the plan I have for Ainsley Maitland-Niles shortly, given Lucas Torreira's expected omission from the team. So Hector Bellerin is who I play on the right-hand side. In centre-backs, now I've seen a lot of people go with Luiz and Mustafi. I think if you play those two together, you are asking for trouble, especially against a tricky, efficient, quite frankly, pissed off Man City side. I ain't trying to tempt fate, so I throw Socrates in there. I've said this to you guys before, and I'll say to you again. Out of the three, he's the one I'm least likely to get rid of. I don't think he messes up that many times. I think he's limited as a defender, don't get me wrong, but I think out of the three who supposedly have more ability, he's less likely to drop a clanger. And we need players that ain't going to drop clangers. I think he'll be experienced. I think he'll relish the opportunity against going after an Aguero or potentially a Jesus. He's not the slowest, so I do think that would be necessary. But so for me, I'm personally going to go with Socrates. On the left-hand side, I'm going with Luiz. Very similar to Bellerin, I do not rate David Luiz. You guys know this. I've never hidden this. From the moment Chelsea signed him, never mind us, from the moment Chelsea signed him the second time, I was like, you lot are crazy. I must admit, I've never been a fan. Never. But, if it's a choice between him and Mustafi, gosh, it's about the same, to be fair. It's about the same, to be fair. As you know, Chambers is injured. I think he's in light training, but he's injured. There's an option of putting Mauri there, but this is not the game you throw Pablo Mauri into. Holding is obviously in the wings. This is, again, not the game you throw Rob Holding into. So purely on the experience factor, it's the only reason I put him in there. But yeah, other than that, I go with David Luiz reluctantly. On the left-hand side, I'm going with Kieran Tierney, because quite frankly, it's time for us to stop fucking about with this left-back position. Right? We fought long and hard over Kieran Tierney, and you got Leicester coming around acting like, yeah, don't worry, we'll sell Chilwell and go and upgrade our left-back and go and take our left-back. Like we're some kind of jabrones. Let's play the kid. Because I don't understand where this sudden theory that Kieran Tierney is poor. I don't know where that's come from. You know, granted, he's not had the best of luck injury-wise. Whenever he came on, he looked dynamic. The only thing I would probably say in a little bit weakness is that sometimes his concentration kind of switched off. But actually, he didn't have a lot of time to acclimatize to the team and the way they move and the way they work and that. So I think the more that he gets used to it, the more reliable people will find him as a player. Yes, there is a question mark over his fitness. There just is. But for me, at the same time, he is our best left back in the squad. Let me repeat. I don't care if people want to tell me about Saka. He is the best left back in the team. So you play our best left back in the team. The only way he's going to get used to things if you play him. So let's play him. Arteta said he's made this grandiose speech about Kieran Tierney, about the fact that he's going to trust him and see how he goes. This is the sort of game that I want to see Arteta trusting the kid. So we're going with Kieran Tierney. Sorry, just had to quickly check something. In midfield, I'm going with Granit Xhaka. I'm going with Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Starting with Granit Xhaka. Once again, I do not rate Granit Xhaka. You guys know this. I was very, very tempted to play Guendouzi in this game. But then I forget that Guendouzi has a very poor stat that worries the fuck out of me. And that is, he was the most passed, I think he was the most passed player in the league at one point, like basically people get the ball and just be able to go past him, no problem. That worries me in this game. Like, maybe he's not as defensive as people make out. It is, if you notice, I've started to become a bit lukewarm towards him because of that stat. That worries me that people are just able to just go past him like it's nothing. And that's an aspect of his game he needs to improve. Joe Willock, I'm still also not convinced about Joe Willock either. So I'm literally going with, again, by default, what we don't have. We don't have a Partey. We don't have a Sangara. We don't have even a Pape, whatever his name is. You know, we don't know. We don't have them sort of players. So this guy is supposed to be deep line. He's supposed to set stuff up. I don't see him doing much of that. I think he's going to get pressed hard by City's midfield. Having said that, out of experience, I have to play Granit Xhaka. Because if nothing else, the more he plays and the more he fucks up, the more likely he's able to be kicked out the door, which is where he should be. Next to him, I'm going with our supposed £20 million man, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. For me, this is the sort of game that I think he'd do well in. I think he'd relish the challenge of playing in his position. As I mentioned earlier, Lucas Torreira, apparently he is not match fit, or is not as match fit as the rest of them. So regardless of what happens, apparently he's not meant to be in tomorrow's squad, or he most certainly won't be in the starting 11, no matter what happens. Having said that, I would play him in his position and watch him work. I think he'll be good. I think he'll relish it in that position. I think defensively he'll be better than people make out. I think people have too short memories to remember when we went up to Old Trafford, what was it, 2-3 years ago? And bossed the game in this position. You know, I'll tell you what, United fans still remember. Because that game, Pogba got outshadowed. He got outshadowed. And for me, I don't understand why this kid doesn't play in his actual position. So I know Arteta and him are supposed to be at war or whatever, but, you know, you at this point in time, you put all your little feuds, your little wars, your little kind of feelings, you put that to one side and you get on with the job so you can finish the season as strongly as possible. So with that in mind, for me personally, I play Ainsley Maitland-Niles. In the number 10's position, excuse me, I'm revealing too much. In the number 10 position, I am going with Dani Ceballos. Dani Ceballos, for me, I think is someone who, much more than Mesut Ozil, is more likely to come back and try and help out Ainsley Maitland-Niles and Granit Xhaka. I don't see us signing Dani Ceballos at least this summer. And I think if that's the case, let's get the most we can out of him. And that has to be an alternative for Mesut Ozil. Mesut Ozil, I'll be honest with you guys. I'll tell you this nice and early. I'm thinking home games only. There's no point wasting him on an away game when he's never shown up on an away game. By the way, I will say that for someone else too. So I think for me, I'm going with Dani Ceballos. On the right and left-hand side, I'm going with Saka and Pepe. Saka on the left-hand side, because that's his position. Let's play him in his actual position. Now, those people are going to tell me, yeah, but you didn't consider Martinelli. I did. I briefly did. But I also think Martinelli is a striker. And I'd like to see him play there. But, you know, I rate Saka highly. Hopefully, at the very least, we convince this guy to sign. But who knows what will happen. In terms of Pepe, we need Pepe now. Pepe must step up. I still give him until the end of next season to show me whether or not he is a good player. But we need Pepe to step up. You know, this is where it's not too late to prove people who wrote you off wrong if you finish the season strong. So I hope he's been working hard behind the scenes. I hope he looks sharp. These are the things I want to see from Pepe. I want to see him get that ball and drive at City, because he's the unknown element in our team to City. So let's see what we can do with him. And then up top, none of this on the left stuff. I'm going with Aubameyang. Copy and paste from Mesut Ozil for Lacazette. There's no point wasting Lacazette in an away game. He doesn't perform. For whatever reason, you can criticize, you can have arguments for that, you can have reasons for that. Bottom line is he does not perform. So for that reason, I take Lacazette out of the firing line and I put Aubameyang where he should be. I think with these three around him, they'll give him the support that he requires. They'll be whipping in balls. They'll be whipping in balls into to his head, to his feet, into him. The one thing that Aubameyang has always needed to improve is his upper body strength, because that's the reason why managers don't play him up top. And I'd like to see him improve that aspect of his game, be a bit stronger, bro. Try and engage in Ceballos and Saka, who'll be running around him, nipping around him. So for me, I go with Aubameyang up top. I'll be honest, guys, I am by no means confident about this side. Let me make that clear. I am by no means confident about this side. Having said that, this is my 1 to 11. And for that reason, I suppose I need to go with a prediction. I think Arsenal will surprisingly start quite well. I expect them to be sharp. I expect them to move the ball quite quickly. Unfortunately, I'm also expecting us to miss a lot of chances, particularly in the early 15 to 20-minute barrier, which is unfortunately where I'm expecting City to take over. I'll be real with you guys. I can't see a win. I can't even really see a draw, but I can see a hard-fought loss. And actually, at this point in the season, where I've pretty much written them out of everything anyway, I just want to see some guts. And if I see a hard-fought loss, okay, at least it gives me encouragement moving forward. So it is what it is. So I'm going to go with 2-1 City. I hate predicting a loss for the team, but I owe it to you guys to be honest. So that's why I'm going with 2-1 City. All right, let me come into the chat room and see what you lot are saying. Once again, please do stick a like on this video. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Feel free to join the membership. Once again, guys, if you haven't already, it is worth it, I promise. I'm doing all sorts for it. All right, let's get some predictions out of you guys really quickly. Melina, I finally saw your channel yesterday. You are real. Okay, so we got Ben. He's going flat out with 4-1 Man City. Oh, dear. But Ben is a member. Ben is a member. Nimsy, positive. Flipping heck. Nimsy, okay, you must be on that high grade. 2-2, yeah? Okay, Nimsy, I see you, brother. 2-1 Arsenal. Oh, gosh. You lot are in generous moods, boy. Starboy, 3-2. Well, you're young, so you've got that optimistic vibe to you. You're trying to be optimistic. I see you, brother. Omar would be negative. I know that. I know that. Melina, 3-1 City. Carefree, 4-0 City. I'm not being salty though. No, of course not. Mind you, I can't even really blame you. I can't blame you. I predicted a loss, so you know it's peak times. Seb, 3-1 City. It's not far off my prediction. Omar, what did I tell you? I knew Omar predicted a City win without even looking at his team. I already knew. Melina, 3-1 City. Okay, I read all these. 6-1 from Asfar. To who? To City. Gosh damn. Ewan, 3-1 City. Lots of 3-1s. People are feeling the 3-1s. 2-1 Arsenal from Benjamin. Goodness gracious. Joanne. I wish I had your optimism, baby girl. I wish I had your optimism. 6-0 Man City. God, I hope not. I don't like putting God in these things. I hope to God not, though. I hope to God we show a little bit of guts. A little bit of guts. 2-1 City. Honestly, it sounds like such a backwards thing to say. If we got 2-1, I'd be more encouraged with how we'll battle the season. At least we've shown some kind of guts. Let's avoid getting slapped. That's all I want. Just avoid getting slapped. Just show some cojones. Samuel 3-1 City. Goodness gracious. Being realistic, not negative. So, if you notice, my friend here, my Nigerian friend here, Mr. Black Scorpion, aka Ola, this geezer did something dumb. All right, he bet our other co-host for the Combat Show, who's a Man United fan, that we would beat Man City tomorrow. And then his missus, Ola's missus, found that so hilarious, she bet him as well. You know when your missus thinks you're a dickhead for making that bet, I'll take a piece of that too. You know you're polishing off an L right now. His missus bet against him. I mean, my days. Hola, boy. Goodness gracious. You doing a watch along on your channel or with Lee Gunner? Yeah, so that was the other thing I was going to say. So we're back to normal, guys. So what I will be doing is a watch along with Lee. I know AFTV are doing one, but come on, guys. You guys know where to keep it locked. You know where to keep it locked. So me and Lee will be doing a watch along together. So make sure you check us out on Lee's channel. Also follow us on all socials because we'll let you know when to tune in, how to tune in. You can follow us on Hot Mic using Lee's code, which Lee mentions his code in every single video. So make sure you check that out. And we'll all watch it together. We'll all suffer together. It's only right that we suffer together. And yeah, just keep it locked with us. You know how we do. You know how we roll. What else was I going to say? And then after that, literally after that stream, we'll come onto my channel. We'll do a review. We'll do player ratings. And that will take place on this channel. So make sure you keep it locked. Hit that subscribe button if you've never, ever experienced a Chig and Lee Gunner combo. You're interested in how that happens on match day. It'll be an experience. By the way, guys, as for today, this is going to be the first of 2 streams. Eagle Eye still running. But what we're going to do in terms of moving forward on game day is that on game day, when I'm doing previews, I'll do a preview at 7, and then an Eagle Eye episode will be at 10. So 10 p.m., I will still be doing a Transfer Rumors show. You're getting double dose of Chig today, okay? The only time I won't do an Eagle Eye episode will be on game day itself, because between Lee's stream and then back on this channel, I won't have time to do that. So on game day itself, there'll be no Eagle Eye episodes, all right? That's just for this little run, because normally Eagle Eye doesn't clash with the season, because I usually do it season end. But we're in a unique situation. Gunnar Michael, that is a guy I have not seen on this channel in some time. And even Gunnar Michael is saying 4-0 to Man City, a fat, unfit Man City squad is much better than a fully fit Arsenal squad. Yeah, people are putting a lot of hopes that KDB is fat and he might not be fully fit. Like KDB is their only good player. Yeah, okay, I rate KDB highly too. But you best believe all of them are going to show up. And just because Arsenal fans are talking so much shit about KDB, you best believe KDB is going to show up. I don't even know why we've been running our mouths about KDB. KDB, I should say. All right, let's give it another 5 minutes and I'll head up out of here. Remember, this is the first of 2 streams. Eli will be on later at 10 p.m. I'm going to sleep now so the game comes faster. All right, big stuff. But you make sure that when you come back, you catch it on my on Lee Gunner's channel. Me and Lee will be doing a watch along there. Yeah. Oh, it really is that the case, Douglas? Because I ain't seen one donation yet, and I've been reading comments since. There you go. You got your little 30 seconds of fame there. I'll watch the rest of this later today or tomorrow because I'm watching. Oh, gosh, Benjamin. Well, you had better taste. But okay, brother, no problem. I did, yeah, I enjoyed it. But you got some editing skills on you. I enjoyed it. Yes, that is bad. When your missus bets against you, that is bad. That is bad. You thinking that Arsenal win tomorrow? Nah, that's not so bad. But when your missus thinks, nah, yeah, you've lost that bet. Yeah, that's an L, bro. That's an L. Melina, you got to get your OTOT. It's just coming in form of eagle eye. All the winning's going to come in handy unless you spend it all, bro. All right, guys. Couple more questions and I'm out of it. Couple more questions and I'm out of it. Who knows, though? I'll be honest. Listen, I'm taking a piss out of Ola. Of course, as an Arsenal fan, I hope he gloats tomorrow. I hope he gloats. And Ola has this ability sometimes where he'll go against the grain, make a bet that just looks ridiculous. He done it to me very recently on the Combat Show, and then he'll come out gloating. I'm hoping that's tomorrow for him. I don't think it will be, but I'm hoping that's tomorrow for him. Nimsy, why are you hating, brother? Why are you hating? Why are you hating? I still got the old intro, but nah, I prefer this one. I prefer this one. Yes, but that's a lot of the reason that I'd have Ainsley Maitland-Niles next to him. If Arteta goes with who I think he'll go with, and that is that is Granit Xhaka and Guendouzi, you might as well write off this game. So yeah. Yes, please. As Asfar says, please do support the channel. Thank you, Asfar. Much appreciated, brother. Have you seen what Ashford has done? I'm going to comment on what Rashford has done in Eagle Eye because I think it's important to just give my man a nod. So yes, I will. Yeah, 100%, 100%. All right, but can we agree that my logo is at least better than the old one? Can we at least agree on that? Gloating is very good, so I'm not very good at it. All right, let's read out Grant's team real quick. My team personally would be Leno, Maitland-Niles, David Plonker, Marie. I like that. Marie, oh gosh, that is a slow centre back pairing. I'm just saying, if Jesus comes in and does his thing, we are fucked. Tierney, Ceballos, Torreira apparently is not fit, bro. It's the only reason he's not in my team. Apparently he's not fit. I'm just going by rumors. Which is crazy because all he's been posting is how fit he is. But I heard that apparently he's not match fit. Willock, Pepe, Saka, Aubameyang. Okay, it's a good team. It's a good team. Chig, with Menor going to Dortmund, do you think we should swoop for Hakimi on loan? The only reason that they've done that is because they must have received some sort of confirmation from Real Madrid that Hakimi is being kept at the club. Because it was only a couple of days ago they were saying that they still hope to hold on to Ikekimi. So they must have heard something. Yeah. All right. Then in that case, fair enough. I hear what you're saying. All right, guys. I am going to head up out of this because then it's going to be the first of 2 shows anyway. But make sure that you guys check me at 10 p.m. tonight for your second show. That will be Eagle Eye, the Transfer Rumor Show. You know what we do there. Tomorrow, I'll be doing the watch along with Lee's channel. Make sure you go on Lee's channel. Subscribe if you, for some weird reason, you haven't already. And then go and use his code. His code will allow you to watch the game at the same time as we watch the game. So make sure you do that. And what else? Also, I'll be back on this channel after, probably to dissect a very, very bad loss. So let's wish us luck. Either that or Ola will be about gloating to high hell. Either way, it's going to be a fun show. So let's get it done. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Take care.